Right, everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. Weather is absolutely stunning. It's just starting to go down now. What a couple of days it's been. It's been sensational. Obviously, I'm out in the garden. Other people don't want to appear on camera, which is fine, family members and stuff. But yeah, just talking about last night's game, and we're going to be doing you some stats as well. I mean, just first of all, just touch upon the day itself. As I said, emotionally, see me. A couple of you have already commented saying that I showed real passion. I was a bit of a baby and all that, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The emotion got the better of us. You've seen Kyle, Paul, and Johnny celebrating like crazy on the videos so far. The stadium was absolutely sensational. It's the best stadium in the UK, and we travel home and away. That was absolutely phenomenal for me. Just the infrastructure, the facilities, the Wi-Fi is strong. It's got it all. The weather obviously helped with it being 33 degrees. I mean, it's still nice today. It's 26, 27 up here in Newcastle. Just brilliant. The banter and the videos, everything that was happening, it was just absolutely brilliant. You know, we're just Mickey taking out of each other and having little digs. It was just an all-round brilliant day. But let's get on with the main things. Why you've tuned in, and we'll see what this video is about. But I just want to touch upon stats in a minute, but the VAR decision, because we didn't really touch upon it massively in any of the videos. And the first time, the third game this season, for the first time, that VAR has been heavily documented. Now, me and Johnny both thought it was a penalty.
Harry Kane was played in. Jamal Lascelles tried to hold him back and just went down injured, but I think that was a penalty. I generally do. Checking penalty now. See? Checking penalty. Me and Johnny both think it's a penalty. Fucking hope not. Well, no penalty. Johnny says he's amazed. I'm amazed at that as well.
I've looked at it back on Sky Sport when I got back in, which was at daft o'clock in the morning. I haven't seen it back. I still think it's a penalty. I do, although the fact of the matter is it wasn't given. But I think the reason why, because when I look back at the replay, you can see Jamal Lascelles actually falls over because his foot's got stuck in the ground, and then he starts to go down. Yes, Harry Kane's slightly leaning in. But if Jamal Lascelles doesn't fall down, Harry Kane's got a shot on goal. I actually think we're lucky. You can let us know in the comments whether that was a penalty or not, but I actually think that was a penalty, but we got away with one, and who cares, because we won. As I've touched upon already, what a day. I still can't get out of that. Best away day ever. Now, stats wise, so I just want to pull up a few stats. First of all, we'll begin with a few player stats as well. I'll put this graphic on screen for you. There's a few there that stand out for me. Harry Kane only touched the ball 24 times. Compare that to Joe Linton, who touched it over 40 times as well. Interesting that. Look at Moussa Sissoko. A whopping 97.9% accuracy. That's really impressive. Of course, Newcastle, our best player with possession-wise was Joe Linton with 92% from 25 passes. Harry Winks had the most touches with 146. That's just under a third of what the whole Newcastle team managed to put together. Paul Dummett, man of the match. I can't really argue too much about that. And you got into several teams of the week. Interesting though, One Football put Joe Linton into their side. Paul Dummett again made the most clearances with 13. Jamal Lascelles had 10. Fabian Schär with the most tackles. And interestingly, WhoScored.com didn't have any Spurs players in that top 7, which is interesting. But yeah, Paul Dummett was sensational. I personally thought it was Jamal Lascelles. Fabian Schär was brilliant. Matt Ritchie's work rate, which I'll touch upon him in a minute, was superb. The midfield, the very disciplined performance from Newcastle, which was sensational. We'll come on to team stats in just a second, but I just want to highlight the average positions. Obviously Spurs on the left, Newcastle on the right. The thing I just mentioned Matt Ritchie. Have a look when number 11 is, and that's Matt Ritchie's playing this left wing back role, and he was so high up that pitch. He was our outlet massively going forward, but more importantly defensively. Look at, you see where the number 10 is, which was obviously saint-maximin, which obviously came off, but even number 36, which is Sean Longstaff, Ritchie's up there on the average positions. But speaking of Ritchie as well, I mean, these are his heat map, and you can see, look at the blue there. Yes, a large chunk of it is in just outside the box in defence, but you can see that shaded blue where he's dominating. And obviously, yes, I know he had a lot of set pieces as well. Let's go to team stats. So Newcastle only had 20% possession. We only made 203 passes, which was, compare that to Spurs, it's 805. Can you believe that? We had 5 times more clearances than Spurs. We only had a pass accuracy of 74.7%, which was poor. Obviously Spurs had 5 times the amount of crosses than what we have. Of course they dominated possession, so that's not a real surprise there. We had less than half the shots that Spurs had, but more importantly we had 3 on target, which was more than them. So all the shots that Spurs had, they only got 2 on target. I remember Dubravka pulling off a great save in the first half, and obviously both sides had the same amount of corners, and we had half the amount of fouls, which is interesting. Almiron got fouled quite a bit there. Now coming across to something new, which we were approached by a company who's trying to get a branch out there called UREF. So this app, download it, the link is in the description for it. It's free to use. You can look at referee stats, and obviously we'll talk about the VAR in a moment. Again, Mike Dean obviously in charge, who not many fans rate Mike Dean's referee, but the UREF app allows you to just check all the inside knowledge of referees' performances game by game and overall in the season. So we've just used it, and it's very impressive. Have a look at this. A whopping 92% of fans who are using the website and the app believe Mike Dean and the VAR got it wrong, not award Spurs a penalty after the Kane and Lascelles incident. So I still think it's a penalty, even though I've seen it back. We had a stat just before this game where we only won 1 game out of every 12 with Mike Dean in charge. Obviously that's now changed, but Mike Dean gets an average rating. The bottom graphic, if you see the sentence, is well below the average of rating for referee, so he's scored really poor as well. But use it. Use the app. We're going to continue to use it for previews and reviews, just for inside knowledge about referees and all that. The link is in the description for that as well. Coming up tomorrow, obviously we've got the preview of Leicester. Kyle's chipped up and wants to do that, so Kyle will be bringing you that, and then of course we'll be at the Leicester game as well. So thanks very much everybody. What a weekend, what a bank holiday. Look at the weather. See you later, bye bye.